Hi, everybody. Dugras here with Dugras Reports. Today, I'll be ranking all of my travel credit cards. This is based on a fairly recent video put out by Sledge, one of my fellow creators, challenging us to rank all of our travel credit cards. Different creators have taken it in different directions, and I'd like to give it my take now. So here on the screen, I have all 31 cards that we have between my wife and I, including business cards. And ranking all of these seems a little daunting to me. So I think I'm going to narrow the challenge down just a little bit. If we take away all of the cash back cards, I'm left with this. But there's something else I have to think about, and that starts with all these Chase cards. So Chase cards, they're not all really travel credit cards. All the little minion cards like the Freedom Flex, the Freedom Unlimited, the Ink Business cards all feed into whichever one of the premium cards you have. In my case, the Sapphire Preferred. So I think I'm going to take those out and consider Chase just to be one system that kind of goes under the Sapphire Preferred. And then to be even a little more specific with it, Citi's the same way. So even though I have a custom cash and a Rewards Plus card, they funnel into the Premier card for the sake of using rewards. So I'm going to narrow them down as well. And if I look at it like this and then arrange it in a way that's a little easier to count, that leaves me with a much more manageable 13 cards. So let's go ahead and rank those 13 travel credit cards. Before I dive in, though, on this particular channel, I talk about finding epic value, including, but not limited to, credit card rewards for the average American. If that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and please click the thumbs up button. Let's dive in. Number 13 is the Venture One card from Capital One. This particular card does earn Capital One points, which are transferable, and it earns them at a rate of 1.25% on everything, which is really not very good. The only reason I have this card is because it's my oldest credit card. I got it in the year 2000, and I'm keeping it for the sake of credit history. Next up is number 12, the Wells Fargo Visa Signature card. This is an older card that's not even open to new applicants anymore, and it's kind of a one-trick pony. The only thing that it does that is of any significance whatsoever is that in the Wells Fargo travel portal, on flights, you get a 50% boost or a 1.5 modifier. So basically, you get a better value on points in a manner similar to the Sapphire Reserve. However, it doesn't have anywhere near the earning power. And the main reason I'm keeping this card is also because of credit history. I got this card back somewhere around 2008 or something like that. Number 11 is the American Express Business Platinum. I realize there's some Amex lovers out there, and I might take a little bit of flack for it. This card had a great sign-up bonus. I got it in conjunction with the Amex business checking account and got a cool 150,000 membership reward points, and that was really nice. Other than the $10 a month credit on cell phone providers, I really don't have great uses for the credits. Yes, there's the airline incidental, but I don't love messing with that, and it's got that hefty annual fee. So this is probably a one-and-done card unless they throw a really awesome retention offer at me. It's probably only going to last a year. I know there's some people out there that do a lot of international business class travel, maybe 7 to 12 times a year. For them, I can see some value in the Centurion Lounge, but that's the only lounge I would get value out of, and I might only use it once per year. I already have access to Priority Pass lounges through my Venture X card, so that's just a duplicate benefit. Next up are numbers 9 and 10, the IHG One reward cards, both the business version, which I have, and the personal version, which my wife has. These are pretty solid cards for a $99 annual fee per year, and they earn 5 IHG points per dollar on dining and groceries and travel, which really isn't that bad. Plus, you get a annual certificate, which is worth up to 40,000 points, and you can top that off with a few more points. You could sock drawer this card, and it would still have plenty of value, and on the occasional road trip or things like that, works out well for us. Also, IHG is home of the fourth night free, which I've already used once not too long ago when I went to the creator meetup in Las Vegas. And it could be used in the future for family vacations, those kinds of things. Next up, number 8, the Aeroplan card, which is issued by Chase. Now, I've never flown on Air Canada. I have no plans to fly on Air Canada, and I've never used these points with Air Canada, even for their airline partners. The only reason I have this card is because they allow you to pay yourself back using their points on travel purchases with a 1.25 modifier. Between now and middle of next year, 2024, that is uncapped. You can use any amount, and you can transfer in points from Chase to do that. The terms and conditions say you're not allowed to do it for points transferred in from any other program. Back when my family went to England and Sweden this past summer, that really came in handy for things like boat rides, tours, doing historic monuments, those kind of things, trains, any kind of public transit. We even used it to pay for our rental car with Hertz while we were over there, because this card in the US has secondary rental insurance coverage, but in a country outside your home country, it is actually primary insurance. And the great thing is, I don't have to use a portal or something. I could pay directly with Hertz, still get all the status, and not have the hassle if something goes wrong. So basically, I can transfer Chase points over here at a minimum of 1-to-1 and get 1.25 on anything and book it directly with the company. Even better, if you move over 50,000 Chase points or more, there's a 10% boost. So it's really a bare minimum of 1.35 if you do it that way. And occasionally there will be transfer bonuses, which I took advantage of once in the past and was functionally getting more than 1.5 cents per point on all travel using Chase points via this move to Aeroplan and then paying yourself back. So it ranks kind of in the meaty middle. Now, if they don't extend that unlimited amount beyond middle of next year, I might get rid of it. The terms and conditions right now say it's capped to 50,000 points a year after the middle of 2024. Time will tell. We'll have to see what happens on that. Number 7 is the Amex Gold card, kind of right in the middle of the pack. I like Amex points. You get a lot of bang for your buck. I don't like the coupon book feature of this. Now, I know a lot of people might wonder, well, Dugras, don't you have a family of 4? You probably buy a lot of groceries. That's true. The unfortunate thing is that most of our grocery purchases, probably about 80%, are from Walmart, either in person or online. And unfortunately, Amex doesn't consider Walmart to be a grocery store, so it doesn't do us a lot of good for most of our natural spend. Now, I can always go to a grocery store and buy a gift card, but if I'm doing that, the card is a little less special. So it's harder to make it pay for itself. My wife is currently in her second year of having this card, and between year 1 and 2, we did get a pretty good retention offer, so we decided to keep it. When it comes up for renewal next year, we'll just have to take it on a wait-and-see basis. Number 6, the Amex Blue Business Plus. This one's easy to love because with no annual fee, it never does any harm, and you earn 2x membership reward points on every purchase up to $50K per year. So, easy to justify, and it's a good card. Number 5 is the Capital One Venture X. Right now, this is our family's everything else card. So if we have a category that we can't get on some other card, the purchase goes here. I think it pays for itself pretty easily. You get the free 10,000 points a year, which are worth a minimum of $100. And then you also get the $300 through their portal. I know some people feel like that's hard to use. The first 2 years we've had it, it's not been hard to use. The first year we used it for a boutique hotel that wasn't part of any particular chain. And the second year, my sister was coming to town to help my parents with some things. So I got her motel using the portal. My parents were going to reimburse me anyway, so a complete break-even scenario for us. If you can use both of those two things, then that $400 annual fee is effectively nullified. Plus, it has unlimited priority pass lounge access, and you can add a free authorized user who also gets the same benefit. Number 4 is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. There's all kinds of things I could say about Chase points. I really like them because they're pretty flexible. Worst case scenario, I can always use their portal to book travel for 1.25. I have all those minion cards that feed into it, and things like the Freedom rotating categories, the office supply using the Ink Business Cash. I've just found for me and my lifestyle and what I do, it's easy to generate a truckload of ultimate reward points. Plus, with transfer partners like Hyatt and British Airlines and Aeroplan, I can almost always find value. And for that whole Chase setup put together, I'm only paying $95 a year for all of it. So this one ranks pretty high for me right now. Number 3 is the Citi Premier card. I'm temporarily on a little bit of a Citi fanboy kick. One thing I really like about the Citi Premier is that I'm getting 3x on gas, grocery, and dining. I feel like if you go on a road trip or a short vacation, take this card with you. Well, what are the 3 things you spend the most money on? Gas, dining, and groceries when you're on the road. Now, maybe you don't have a lot of groceries away from home, but if you're staying in a cabin like this, there's no free breakfast, so you have to buy groceries. Plus, I like Wyndham. That's one of the transfer partners. I did get a good deal on Choice Hotels over in Sweden this past summer, and it transfers 1 to 2 to Choice. So there's just a lot of underrated travel partners there with Citi. Number 2 is the US Bank Altitude Reserve. This card has kind of been my sweetheart, and I've done a multitude of videos saying why I love it. And I won't necessarily go into all the details here. You probably know you get 3x on all mobile wallet purchases. I just went to a Dollar General earlier today, and I wasn't sure what it was going to code as, but you know what? They took tap to pay, so went on the Altitude Reserve, and I'm guaranteed to get 3 points per dollar. Yes, they don't have transfer partners, but considering you can get 1.5 with Pay Yourself Back, that's the equivalent of 4.5% cash back to be used towards travel. Plus, with the ability to book directly with the rental car company and have primary rental car coverage, to me, this is the ultimate rental car card in the United States. And number 1, the Earner Business Rewards card featuring Wyndham points. This is issued by Barclays. Maybe it's a little bit of recency bias, but a year ago, we got a Vacasa cabin in the UP of Michigan. This past summer, we got an awesome deal through cottages.com to get a 2-bedroom cottage in Wales. And right now, I'm sitting in our second Vacasa vacation rental for that really good price of 13,500 points per night. This whole house to ourselves for all of that. And that's really the only use I have for this card. I don't actually use the Wyndham card to stay at Wyndham properties. Maybe I will someday. With one exception, we had kind of an urgent situation came up and spent the night in a Days Inn once, and I used points. But other than that, this is mainly going towards Vacasa and cottages.com. There's a third partner they have for places in Europe called Landau Green Parks that I haven't looked into yet, but from what a representative told me on the phone, it's the same structure. 15,000 points per bedroom per night if you don't have any of their credit cards. If you do, there's a 10% discount. So functionally, at any of your cottages or cabins, you're getting 13,500 per bedroom per night, which really suits my travel style and my family's travel style. So I'm just getting a truckload of value out of it. Plus, they throw a free amount of points at you each year. It's either 10K or 15K. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. And it's got a very reasonable $95 annual fee. I hope this video was helpful for you. As a reminder, please subscribe if you've not yet done so. Many, but not all of the cards in this video do have a refer a friend link, and I'll put that in the description box and a pinned comment. As always, may your spending be frugal and may your points be plenteous. Thanks for watching.